We number all the questions in these slides and will refer back to questions by their number. Question 1 says a cap has an original price of $15. There's a 5% discount. What is the final amount paid? Question 2 says a cap has an original price of C dollars. There's a 5% discount. What is the final amount paid? Note that 0.05 times 15 is not the answer to question 1. That just tells us how much money is taken off of the original price. The answer to question 1 is 15 minus 0.05 times 15. While this can simplify, we leave this as is so that we can see patterns. This technically answers the question, though just not simplified. The answer to question 2 is C minus 0.05 times C. Notice the similarity. Both answers are the original price minus 0.05 times the original price. The only difference is that in question 1, the original price is 15, while in question 2, the original price is C. Question 3 says a cap has an original price of $15. There is a 5% tax. What is the final amount paid? Question 4 says a cap has an original price of C dollars. There's a 5% tax. What is the final amount paid? The answer to question 3 is 15 plus 0.05 times 15. The answer to question 4 is C plus 0.05 times C. Notice the similarity. Both answers are the original price plus 0.05 times the original price. We add because a tax means paying more. Earlier, we subtracted because a discount means paying less. Question 5 says a cap has an original price of C dollars. There's a 5% discount. The final amount paid is $15. What is the original price? We have the same information as in question 2 and the new info that the final amount paid is $15. Our answer to question 2 was C minus 0.05 times C, which is one way to write the final amount paid. This question tells us the final amount paid can also be written 15. So we set these equal. In other words, since C minus 0.05 times C is the final amount paid, and since 15 is also the final amount paid, we set these equal since both represent final amount paid. We can factor out C from the left side, which gives us 1 minus 0.05 times C equals 15. We divide both sides by 1 minus 0.05, so we get C is equal to 15 divided by 1 minus 0.05. This is not simplified, but this unsimplified answer is a number that answers question 5. Question 6 says a cap has an original price of C dollars. There's a 5% tax. The final amount paid is $15. What is the original price? The answer to question 4 was C plus 0.05C, which represented the final amount paid. Question 6 tells us that 15 also represents the final amount paid. So we set these two expressions equal to create the equation C plus 0.05C equals 15. Factor C, so 1 plus 0.05 times C equals 15. Divide both sides by 1 plus 0.05, so C equals 15 divided by 1 plus 0.05. Question 7. A meal has a price of M dollars before tax and tip. There's a 5% tax. On the post-tax amount, the customer leaves a 15% tip. The final amount paid is $38. What was the pre-tax, pre-tip price of the meal? The meal alone, before tax or tip, is M dollars. The tax is 5% of M dollars, which is 0.05 times M dollars. The meal and tax together is M plus 0.05 times M. We are just adding the two values from above. The tip is 15% of the post-tax amount, which is 0.15 times the line above, M plus 0.05M, in parentheses due to order of operations. The final amount paid is meal, the tax, and the tip. The meal was M, the tax was 0.05M, the tip was 0.15 times M plus 0.05M. So the final amount paid is M plus 0.05M plus 0.15 times the quantity M plus 0.05M. Question 7 tells us that the final amount paid is $38. Since we have two expressions for the final amount paid, set these equal to each other. So M plus 0.05M plus 0.15 times M plus 0.05M equals 38. Distributing 0.15 to both terms in the parentheses gives us m plus 0.05m plus 0.15m plus 0.15 times 0.05m equals 38. Factoring out m gives us 1 plus 0.05 plus 0.15 plus 0.15 times 0.05 times m equals 38. Divide both sides by 1 plus 0.05 plus 0.15 plus 0.15 times 0.05. So m equals 38 divided by 1 plus 0.05 plus 0.15 plus 0.15 times 0.05.